أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير آمين يا رب العالمين.
In this lecture, we will continue the study of the use of fi'il mudare mansub. Let us begin by revising our table of fi'il mudare mansub. We started the study of fi'il mudare mansub by taking the fi'il mudare marfu table and organizing it into 3 rows. These rows were organized and then we converted the marfu fi'il mudare into mansub fi'il mudare. And the mansub fi'il mudare are as follows: yazhaba, tazhaba, tazhaba, azhaba, nazhaba. Yazhaba, tazhaba, 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 yazhabu, tazhabu, tazhabi, yazhabna, and tazhabna. We next started to study the reasons why fi'il mudare needs to be mansub. And we studied that there are certain huruf that come before fi'il mudare, and these huruf will make the fi'il mudare mansub. So we started the study of these huruf, and the first harf that we studied was lan. Regarding lan, we studied the following. Number one, fi'il mudare following the harf lan will always be mansub. Next, lan will create strong negation in fi'il mudare. And finally, lan will associate fi'il mudare with the future tense. We studied the following example where we took lan and combined it with yazhabu. Yazhabu means he goes or he will go. Yazhabu is fi'il mudare marfu. When lan combines with yazhabu, yazhabu gets converted into yazhaba. Now we have lan yazhaba. Yazhaba is fi'il mudare mansub. Lan yazhaba can be translated as he will definitely not go. So we see strong negation and we see the association with the future tense. And lan yazhaba, when written and pronounced in continuation, will be read as lan yazhaba. So the first harf that comes before fi'il mudare and makes it mansub is lan. Please note that lan is only used with fi'il mudare. The second harf that will come before fi'il mudare and make it mansub is an. An can be used with ism or with jumla ismiya. It can also be used with fi'il mazi and it can be used with fi'il mudare. Here we will study the use of an with fi'il mudare and we will study the effect that an has on fi'il mudare. So an can be used with jumla ismiya, fi'il mazi and with fi'il mudare. Please note that in the Holy Quran, an is used to create the meaning of to or that. Let us look at some examples. Our first example is as follows. Amartuhu an yazhaba or amartuhu an yazhaba. If we pay attention here, we see the use of an and it is followed by fi'il mudare mansub. We are not saying yazhabu, we are saying an yazhaba or an yazhaba. Because of the addition of an, yazhabu is becoming yazhaba. Amartuhu an yazhaba can be translated as I ordered him that he leave or I ordered him to leave. If we look at amartuhu an yazhaba, amartuhu is a combination of amartu, which is fi'il mazi, plus an attached personal pronoun hu. The attached personal pronoun is a mansub personal pronoun, and amartuhu can be roughly translated as I ordered him. In this case, amartu is the combination of fi'il and fa'il, and hu serves as the maf'ul. So amartuhu can be roughly translated as I ordered him, and yazhabu can roughly be translated as he leaves or he will leave in the future tense. But with the addition of an, we create the meaning that he leave. And taken together, amartuhu an yazhaba can be translated as I ordered him to leave. In another example from the Holy Quran, Surah number 2, ayah number 67, verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you that you slaughter a cow. Or, verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you to slaughter a cow. If we pay attention here, we see the use of an, and an is followed by tazbahu. Tazbahu is fi'il mudare mansub, and we can say that it is mansub because of the effect of an. If we look at the initial part where we see inna allaha ya'murukum, this can be translated as verily or indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you. Inna allaha ya'murukum. Verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you. And this is followed by tazbahu bakaratan, which can roughly be translated as you slaughter a cow. But with the addition of an, we get the final meaning of that you slaughter a cow. And in continuation, we will say, verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you that you slaughter a cow. Or a better way to put it will be, verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you to slaughter a cow. In the next example, we have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the people that they worship him. Or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the people to worship him. Here we see the use of an, and an is followed by ya'buduhu. In continuation, we will say an ya'buduhu. Ya'buduhu can roughly be translated as they worship him. And with the addition of an, we create the meaning that they worship him. Amarallahun nasa can be translated as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the people. In this example, amara is the fi'il, Allahu is the fa'il because it is marfu, and an-nasa is the maf'ul because it is mansub. Amarallahun nasa can be translated as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the people. Ya'buduhu can be translated as they worship him, and with the addition of an, we create the final meaning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the people that they worship him. And a better translation would be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the people to worship him. Our next example is from Surah number 6, ayah number 56. Say, O Prophet, peace be upon him, I have been forbidden to worship those you invoke besides Allah. In this ayah, once again, we see the use of an, and an is followed by a'buda. A'buda is fi'il mudare mansub, and it is fi'il mudare mansub because of the effect of an. This was originally a'budu, but because of the effect of an, it has become a'buda. A'budu can be translated as I worship, and in the translation of the ayah, we see I have been forbidden to worship. This could also have been said in a way, I have been forbidden that I worship. But a more fluent way to say it would be, I have been forbidden to worship those you invoke besides Allah. So in all these examples, we see that with the addition of an, the fi'il mudare is becoming fi'il mudare mansub, and by using an, we create the meaning of that or to in the final translation. Amartuhu an yazhaba. I ordered him to leave. Here, an yazhaba is the combination of an plus yazhaba. An plus fail creates the meaning to leave. And furthermore, yazhaba, this was originally yazhabu, but because of the addition of an, it is becoming yazhaba. And this is fi'il mudari mansub. It is mansub because of the effect of an. And in the case of yazhaba, the fa'il is he, as yazhaba was originally yazhabu, and yazhabu can be translated as he leaves or he will leave. Taken together, amartuhu an yazhaba can be translated as I ordered him to leave. In our example from ayah 67, surah number 2 of the Holy Quran, where we saw the use of an tazbahu, an plus tazbahu is creating the meaning to slaughter. Tazbahu is fi'il mudari mansub. It is fi'il mudari mansub because of the effect of an, and in the case of tazbahu, the fa'il is you, referring to plural and masculine. Overall, this part of the ayah can be translated as, verily, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you to slaughter a cow. The effect of an on tazbahu is creating the meaning to slaughter. In our third example, Amar Allahun nasa an ya'buduhu. In this case, an plus ya'buduhu is creating the meaning to worship. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the people to worship him. Ya'buduhu is the combination of fi'il mudare mansub and maf'ul. Ya'budu is fi'il mudare mansub and the maf'ul is hu. Fa'il in this case is they, referring to plural and masculine. In our final example from ayah number 56, surah number 6, we see the use of an a'buda. An plus fi'il, which is a'buda, which is fi'il mudari mansub, creates the meaning to worship. And a'buda is fi'il mudari mansub. It is mansub because of the effect of an, and in this case, fa'il is I. Taken together, an a'buda creates the meaning to worship. The study of an in combination of fi'il mudare brings us to a very interesting conclusion. To leave, to worship, to slaughter, these are all examples of masdar, which we have previously studied. If we recall, masdar is an ism that describes the meaning of an action without indicating who performed the action or when the action was performed. That is, masdar is not confined to the past, present, or future. The examples of masdar that we studied were to sit, to go, to eat, to drink. So, an in combination with fi'il mudare, it creates the meaning of masdar. To leave, to worship, to slaughter, these are all examples of masdar. We will continue with our study of the reasons for fi'il mudare to be mansub. And we know that there are certain huruf that come before fi'il mudare and they make the fi'il mudare mansub. The first one that we studied was lan. Lan is only used with fi'il mudare. The next one that we studied was an, and an can be used with ism or with jumla ismiya. An can also be used with fi'il mazi, and an can be used with fi'il mudare. The third harf that comes before fi'il mudare and it can make the fi'il mudare mansub is kai. Please note that kai is only used before fi'il mudare. Kai is only used before fi'il mudare. Kai creates the meaning so that, or kai can provide a reason. Let us look at some examples to understand this better. Our first example is as follows. خَلَقَ اللَّهُ النَّاسَ كَيْ يَعْبُدُوهُ. If we split this into different components, we will have the following. خَلَقَ اللَّهُ النَّاسَ can be translated as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created people or created mankind. Khalaqa is fail, Allahu is fa'il because it is marfu, and an-nasa is maf'ul because it is mansub. Next we move to ya'buduhu. Ya'buduhu can be translated as they worship him. Hu is the attached personal pronoun at the end of ya'buduhu. Ya'buduhu equals ya'budu plus hu. Ya'budu is fi'il mudare mansub, and it is mansub because of the effect of kai. Kai acts as a bridge between these two components, and it brings the translation of so that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created mankind, so they worship him. Or we can say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created people or created mankind so that they worship him. In our next example, خَلَقَكَ اللَّهُ كَيْ تَعْبُدَهُ. Again, we have these different components. In the first part, خَلَقَكَ اللَّهُ can be translated as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you. In this case, Allahu is fa'il because it is marfu. Ta'budahu is a combination of ta'buda and hu. And ta'budahu can be translated as you worship him. Ta'buda is fi'il mudare mansub, and it is mansub because of the effect of kai. Kai will bring the translation so that or so, that is, it is providing a reason, and taken together, we can translate this as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you so that you worship him, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you so you worship him. Our next example is خلقني الله كي أعبده. Again, we have three components, and the first part can be translated as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me. Once again, Allahu is the fa'il. A'budahu. A'budahu is the combination of a'buda and hu. A'buda is fi'il mudare mansub. It is mansub because of the effect of kai. This originally was a'budu, but because of the effect of kai, it has become a'buda. A'budahu can be translated as I worship him, and kai brings the translation so that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me so that I worship him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me so I worship him. خلقكم كي تعبدوه. The first component can be translated as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you, referring to the plural number. Ta'buduhu can be translated as you, referring to the plural number, worship him. And kai is once again creating the translation of so that, and we have the final result. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you so that you worship him, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you so you worship him. Next we have خلقنا الله كي نعبده. In the first part, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. Allahu is the fa'il here. Na'budahu. Na'budahu can be translated as we worship him. Again, this was na'budu, but because of the effect of kai coming before na'budu, it has become na'buda. Na'buda is fi'il mudare mansub, and it is mansub because of the effect of kai. And kai brings in the translation so that, and it is providing a reason. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, so we worship him. Or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us so that we worship him. خلقهن الله كي يعبدنه. In this example, in the first part, we have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them, referring to feminine and plural. That is why we see the use of hunna here. Allahu is the fa'il. In the case of ya'budnahu, it can be translated as they worship him. And kai brings the meaning of so that. And the final translation is as follows. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them so that they worship him. Or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them so they worship him. We will continue with our list of huruf that come before fi'il mudare and they make fi'il mudare mansub. The first one was lan. Lan can only be used with fi'il mudare. The second one was an. An can be used with ism. It can be used with jumla ismiya. It can be used with fi'il mazi and with fi'il mudare. The third one that we studied was kai. Kai is only used before fi'il mudare. And the fourth one that we will study is isan. Isan is used with ism and jumla ismiya in the Holy Quran. So the important thing to note about isan is that it is used with ism or jumla ismiya in the Holy Quran. Please note that isan is written in this form in the Holy Quran. Isan creates the meaning of then or in that case. Let us look at some examples. The first example is from Surah number 4, ayah number 140, where we see the use of isan. And in this ayah, isan creates the meaning of then or in that case. The translation can be as follows. You, in that case, would be like them. In that case meaning is being introduced here because of isan. The other way to put it would be then you would be like them. And the meaning of then is being brought about because of the effect of isan. Another example can be seen in Surah number 4, ayah number 67. In that case, we would certainly have given them a great reward. Isan brings out the meaning in that case. Another way to translate would be, and then we would certainly have given them a great reward. Isan here is creating the meaning of then. So the huruf that come before fi'il mudare and make it mansub are lan, an, kai, and isan. And isan is written in this form in the Holy Quran. Please note that there are additional huruf that have a hidden an in them. So fi'il mudare following these huruf will become mansub because of the effect of the hidden an. These huruf are as follows. First we have lam with the zair under it, and the second is hata. Let us study some examples of this lam and hata which have a hidden an in them. So hata and this lam are examples of huruf that have a hidden an in them, and they will make fi'il mudare mansub. Please note that we have already encountered this lam in our previous lectures, and we studied this type of lam in the form of huruf jara. In that case, the lam with the zair under it was used as a harf jar, and it created the meaning of for. For example, from Surah Al-Fatiha, we see the use of lillahi. All praise is for Allah, Lord of all worlds. And in the case of lillahi, the lam harf jar is creating the meaning of for. But this lam is different. This lam has its own name, and this lam is also known as lam-e-kai or lam of kai. This is the kai that we studied in the current lecture, and it is a harf that comes before fi'il mudare and it can make fi'il mudare mansub. We studied that kai created the meaning of so that. So lam-e-kai has a hidden an in it that will make the fi'il mudare following it mansub, and this lam-e-kai or lam of kai will also create the same meaning that kai was creating, which is so that. Let us look at some examples. Once again, lam-e-kai is the lam of kai, and it is different from the lam that we studied in huruf jara. This lam creates the meaning of kai. Kai was used to create the meaning so that. This lam or lam-e-kai or the lam of kai has a hidden an in it, and because of this hidden an, it will make the fi'il mudare following it mansub. So we previously studied this example when we were studying kai, and we studied the following. خَلَقَ اللَّهُ النَّاسَ كَيْ يَعْبُدُوهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created mankind so they worship him, or so that they worship him. We can replace this kai with lam of kai and we will have the following result. خَلَقَ اللَّهُ النَّاسَ لِيَعْبُدُوهُ. This is the lam of kai that is being used instead of kai. It creates the same meaning of kai. It brings the same meaning of so that in the translation. Please also note that this lam is followed by fi'il mudare mansub, ya'budu. This ya'budu is mansub because of the effect of the hidden an within lam-e-kai. Our next example was خَلَقَنِيَ اللَّهُ كَيْ أَعْبُدَهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me so that I worship him, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me so I worship him. We can use lam-e-kai instead of this kai to get the following result. خَلَقَنِيَ اللَّهُ لِأَعْبُدَهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me so that I worship him, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me so I worship him. We see the use of lam-e-kai, that is lam with a zair under it, and it is followed by a'buda. A'buda is fi'il mudare mansub, and it is mansub because of the effect of the hidden an within lam of kai. خَلَقَنَا اللَّهُ كَيْ نَعْبُدَهُ. This can also be written as خَلَقَنَا اللَّهُ لِنَعْبُدَهُ. Once again, we see that the lam-e-kai or the lam of kai is replacing kai, and it is creating the same meaning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us so that we worship him, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us so we worship him. The lam of kai is followed by fi'il mudare mansub, na'buda, and this fi'il mudare is mansub because of the effect of the hidden an within lam of kai or within lam kai. Next, we will study hata. Hata, like lam kai or the lam of kai, also has a hidden an in it, which will make fi'il mudare following it mansub. Hatta gives us the meaning of until. We have an example from the Holy Quran, from Surah number 3, ayah number 92. You will never achieve righteousness until you donate some of what you cherish. And whatever you give is certainly well known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this ayah, hatta is giving us the meaning of until. The ayah starts with lan tanalu. This is the same lan that we have studied in this lecture. Lan is followed by tanalu. Tanalu is mansub. It is fi'il mudari mansub due to lan. And this is not due to the effect of any hidden an. This is because of the independent effect of lan to make fi'il mudari mansub. Next, we see the use of hatta, which is bringing out the meaning of until. And we see that hatta is followed by tunfiqu. Tunfiqu is fi'il mudare mansub, and tunfiqu is mansub due to the hidden an that is found in hatta. So lam kai or the lam of kai had a hidden an in it, and similarly hatta has a hidden an in it that will create the meaning of until, and it will make fi'il mudare that follows it mansub.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.